want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, stomp your feet. If you want to hear a story, stomp your feet. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, stomp your feet. If you want to hear a story, find your seat. If you want to hear a story, find your seat. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, find your seat. Good morning and welcome to Stories in the Park, everybody. I'm glad it stopped raining this morning so we can have our stories. So today I have a couple announcements to make. We are going up summer reading here pretty quick, so all your reading logs need to be in by the 21st. If you want to be in the drawing for the bonus prizes like the squeaky chicken and the bubble illusion wand and the coloring book, make sure your reading logs are turned in by the 21st. And then next Thursday is our last summer reading story time. And then we'll hopefully start back up in September. So just check the website for additional story time programming information. And we have a very special guest author. Who remembers what an author does? Raise your hand. You know what an author does. What does an author do? She writes books. Yes, an author writes the words to a book. And this is Mary, and she wrote a book about Hutchinson. And so she's going to read a book to you, and then probably a few more. So I will let Mary take over here.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Welcome to Library Square. I'm so glad that you are all here today. I work over in that corner building, so I get to watch Library Square all day long because I don't do anything else but watch Library Square. I don't have to work. Am I kidding? Yeah. But it is nice to take a break and come over to the library and see friends who are here, and I'm so glad that you're here. So today, I am going to read a book that I wrote, and I'm hoping it looks familiar, and there's pictures in there that are familiar to you. And Miss Rachel also pulled some other great books about home, because I wrote the book about Hutchinson because I love Hutchinson and it's my home. Do you love being here in Hutchinson? And do you love where you live? Yes. Okay, that's what this is about. So hopefully you'll all enjoy this. I have to put my glasses on so I can read all the words because I don't see always so good when I try to read. But you know what? When I look all at you, you all look a little bit funny and fuzzy. So if I look funny when I do this, that's why. The name of the book is called Goodnight Hutchinson, and the story and the images are by me, Mary. Does this look familiar to you? What does it look like? Yeah, can you point to this building? Right here. Right here. And did you know that this building, the brick part of it, the light color part of the library is very old. But the black around it is new. Did you ever notice that before? You don't really see the black part, do you, when you look at the library? When the architect wanted to make more space for the library because the librarian said, you know what, we need more space than the old building. The architect said, let's not take away from the pretty old building. We'll just make it disappear. So that's what they did. Did you just learn something new? Yeah. All right, you know what? I might not need these. I printed it in really big font, so maybe I can actually read it. Night has fallen and Hutchinson must sleep. Let's say goodnight before you dream so deep. So this is Main Street, this next block. And this is the only person in the book, but it's somebody who's very, very special to me and I love very, very much. Oh, turning pages is tricky when you're in the wind. For their stories, the history and past, good night to the houses and buildings built to last. Do any of these look familiar to you? One of them we can see right down the street. This is the old church that's right over there, right on the corner of 2nd and Hassan. This one is Harrington House, and it's just up this street. And funny, the depot is on the opposite side, over by the farmer's market. Do you go to the farmer's market? Yes, good. Do you guys get your little tokens so you can get your fruits and vegetables? Good. Good night, fire responders, first responders, our police and our fire. They're the best. I'm not a liar. Yes, you're right. You're pointing already to the police station and the fire station. Do you know where the fire station is? The fire station is that way, just down a little bit from us. Did you know that we're going to get a new police station? Yeah, we're going to get a new police station. Good night to the makers who create great things like tape to stick to anything. And good night to those who measure with care even when it's as small as a hair. Does anybody know somebody who works at 3M? Do you? Yep, we know lots of people who work at 3M. They make a lot of tape there. And we have some places that make things that are so itty bitty, you can't see them without a microscope. Good night, Loose Line Trail, where we run, walk, and ride, and the 40+ parks, where the medallion can hide. Has anybody ever looked for the medallion during the JC Water Carnival? Well, maybe when you get bigger, you might look for the medallion, but this is the Loose Line Trail. Do we know where the Loose Line Trail is? Yeah. Do you? Up here? Yep. Yep, it's really long. Really long. Good night, Elks Park, where there's play for all, and good night, Roberts Park, where we play a lot of ball. Has anybody been to Elks Park? Have you? Nope. Maybe you have? It has special swings for our friends that can't walk as good as some of us. Yep. And how about, has anybody gone to Roberts Park and watched somebody play ball or play t-ball or baseball there? Yep. Good night to our teachers and schools. Without them, we would be fools. And this is a page of all the different schools that we have in Hutchinson. We have a lot of school choices here. Good night to the library and the many books we share. Good night to the community that really does care. Good night to Birch Arena, where the skates stay sharp, and across the lot to the new water park. Have you ever been to the water park? Yeah. You have too? What's your favorite part of the water park? Tell me. What do you like? Do you like the slide? Do you like the lazy river? You like the deep end? I like the shallow end. Oh, divers. The zip line. Oh, I forgot about the zip line. Do you drop into the water on purpose and go splash? Here's another one you'll know. Good night to the mural, which welcomes us all, and the cascading waterfall. I bet you all know where that is. Yeah? Right, you're pointing down there. Yep, that's where we have the pictures of lots of people who've done great things in Hutchinson. And that's where we have the rock ladder. He wants to go see the mural. Good night to the Center for the Arts, the art stroll and artists who touch our hearts. We have a lot of art. Can you find a piece of art very quickly? Oh, some Smarties right here behind me. And did you know that, I know it's not Humpty Dumpty, but I always call him Humpty Dumpty. It's exceptional, excellent, Mr. over there on the steps of the library. He's part of the sculpture stroll too. I call him Humpty Dumpty. That's who he makes me think of. He's very smart. He has glasses and he has a book. Good night to the city workers. It's time to sleep tight. From the Chamber of Commerce, have a good night. Now, I'm holding this book this way. If you followed this path, you'd go to the Chamber of Commerce. And if you follow the path right there, you'll see the city center, and that's where we end. Do you think you could draw a picture of a place that you love in Hutchinson? Yes, I think you could. Does it have to be a perfect drawing? No. No, it does not. All right, Miss Rachel, how are we doing?
We're good.
Okay. How about this one? It looks interesting to me. It's called A Home is a Window. Its author is Stephanie Parsley Ledard. We're going to go with that as the right answer. All right. This is called Home is a Window. Do you have a window at home? Yes. Do you have lots of windows at home? Maybe some of us have more windows than others, right? Home is a window, a doorway, a rug, a basket for your shoes. I think we're going to learn about all the things that make a home. What do you think? Do you have a basket for shoes? Do you have a rug for shoes? Do you just throw them on the floor wherever you feel like it? Yes, okay. Yep, I get that. That's me too. My husband usually puts them on the rug, but I'm not very good at that. Home is hello, sweet pea, and a hug. A little bit of green, a corner, and a chair. You know what? This has one of my very favorite things. I love hugs. Not everybody loves hugs though, do they? Who loves hugs? Okay, see, not everybody loves hugs. Home is a table with something good and the people gathered there. We don't always get to eat at the table, do we? With everybody home? Sometimes we have busy lives, don't we? They even have the dog at the table. That's what my dog is good for. My dog is good because he comes around by the table and he eats anything I drop. Home is washing, rinsing, and drying, and whenever a dish gets broken, someone to help you sweep. Accidents happen, don't they? Yep, sometimes we have to clean up our mess. I'm very messy, are you? You're messy? Yeah? Is Miss Chris messy? Maybe some days. Miss Chris cleans up the messes. Home is where hide and seek before bath, bubbles if you're lucky, and a blanket on all your own, mostly. You know what? This little puppy dog is stealing the blanket. That happens at my house. I don't always get to keep the blanket. I started using 3 now, just last night, because the dog likes them. All right, home is Miss Vera's lamplight shared with you. Oh, so this person lives pretty close to another house, and she can see the light from her neighbor coming in. A book before you fall asleep and a kiss afterwards. Who likes to read before they go to sleep? I like to read before I go to sleep. Do you? Do you like to hear stories? Yeah, I do too. Home is what feels the same each day. Because it's comforting, right? You know what to expect when you go home. And sometimes what is new? What's new in my house today? I'm trying to think, do I have anything new in my house? I don't think I have anything new in my house right now. Oh yes, I do. I have a grandbaby coming, and so I went shopping. I have new things in my house. Home is a pillow, the long quiet at the start of a journey, and an arm around you tight. Always feels good to have somebody with you. Mila is very entertained. Home is the shirt that smells like your old room, stories you've never heard, and every song you know sung out loud again. Oh, somebody likes to sing. Home is all that you miss and not knowing for sure how things will be. It seems like home is a lot of different things, isn't it? It's different, it's the same. And then here we are. And yep, we were right, a little bit close to the neighbor and lots of windows. A patched up quilt, something good, and people gathered near. Oh, they're having a picnic. Look, they're sitting on blankets. It looks like you guys right now. You're sitting on blankets? Aw, home. Home's a good word, isn't it? So when you go home tonight, will you tell your adult or your family what you love about home? Yeah? Okay. Miss Rachel, do we have any that are really special?
Let's see.
You know these better.
That one's about COVID. This one's about moving.
Well, let's not do COVID if we can remember it.
Yeah. Oh, this one's cool.
Oh.
It might be a little long, so might not need to read the whole. Oh, no, this one's good.
Okay. Oh, I like this one. I already snuck a peek. This one's called Home. Do you see that? What are those pictures on that? Yeah, and what do you see? This is by Carson Ellis. What kind of homes do you see on there?
A spider web.
You see a spider web? What else do you see on here? Do you see an igloo? You see a shoe? You do. And a tent? I think this might be about different kinds of homes. Do we all have the same kind of home? No. All right, let's see where we begin, if the wind lets me. Home is a house in the country. Who lives in the country? Our home is an apartment. Who has an apartment? Anybody? Okay. I need someone just to turn pages. Some homes are boats and some homes are wigwams. Have you ever heard of somebody living on a boat? A houseboat, you're right. Some are palaces and some are underground lairs. Ooh. Do you live in a palace? But it's special like a palace, isn't it? Oh, somebody saw this earlier. Maybe it's a shoe. Do you guys know that story? Who lived in the shoe? There's a story about an old lady who lived in a shoe. Okay. French people live in French homes, and the Atlanteans make their homes underwater. Could you live underwater? You could? You could live underwater. Okay, we're going to talk about that later. And some folks live on the road. Who do you think lives in a bus? Do you know that there are people who live in buses? They travel all over the country. There are clean homes and messy homes, tall homes and short homes. So I feel like just like people, houses are different. There are C homes and B homes and hollow tree homes. I like the bee homes. Bees pollinate flowers. But whose home is this? Can we tell? Or what about this one? Do we know? I don't know. Could be anybody. Who in the world lives here and why? What? You think it's Santa? What do you guys think? To me, it kind of looks like maybe science is happening there. Oh, an explosion. This is the home of a Slovakian duchess. This is the home of a Kenyan blacksmith. Everybody needs something different, don't they? Some people live in the cold and some people don't. This is the home of a Japanese businessman, and this is the home of a Norse god. Very different. I would say that it's like a story character. A Norse story character. A babushka lives here, and a Munyan lives here. Thank you, Miss Rachel, for putting babushka in my reading book. A raccoon lives here, and an artist lives here. Raccoons need a different world than we do, don't they? They don't have the same needs that we do. No? This is my home and this is me. Where is your home and where are you? And that is the end of home. What do you think about a home? Think about one thing that you have at home that's your favorite thing about home. Think about it. What's your favorite thing at home? Christmas at your house? What's your favorite? Playing Nintendo Switch at home? How about your mom and dad? Do you like them more than your Nintendo Switch? Yeah, maybe not. Not these days, right? Sorry, Mom and Dad. You don't always cut it with the Switch. Oh, we've got a mom and a dad here. Well, whatever your home looks like and wherever it is, I hope you feel good and safe and loved there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Miss Rachel, is there anything else?
We want to see if the kids have any questions for you about your
Oh, do you guys have questions about my book, Goodnight Hutchinson? You? You do? Okay, tell me what your question is. You have a book like that at home? Thank you. I get asked a lot if it was hard to do. Do you think this would be hard? Yeah. It was really scary because I was really nervous about doing it and I didn't know for sure if I could. But I don't think it felt hard to me. In the end, it felt easy. Well, if you don't have any more questions, then we're going to let you go and have a great Thursday. Thank you to Miss Rachel, and thank you to Matt behind the camera. I hope you guys all have a great day.